Cabal 2 shows off its combat combos and battle mode. Echo of Soul spotlights the Archer class but delays its beta. The Elder Scrolls Online finally drops the subscription model, and Warframe launches the much anticipated Sanctuary update. What's happening, guys? James Blonde here with MMOHuts.com with a quick weekly recap for MMO news and announcements of the week ending March 23rd, 2015. And starting out this week's news is another quick reminder that Dungeon Fighter Online is making its epic comeback into open beta tomorrow, March 24th. The DFO client is already available for download. I've got the link in the description below for you guys. And the dev team at Neopol has already started a 24-hour live stream in order to celebrate the launch of open beta. So once again, guys, this is definitely exciting news for DFO fans. Speaking of a global beta, Mabinogi fans might want to know that Mabinogi Duel is headed to closed beta tomorrow as well for iOS and Android. Based along similar lines of Hearthstone in terms of game structure, Mabinogi Duel is a full-featured card battle game that offers a boatload of content, including a substantial single-player campaign and an enormous card library already containing more than 1,000 cards that represent powerful and rare characters and creatures Mabinogi fans are already familiar with. The game will feature head-to-head competitive play that will let players build their own deck using their card collections. Plus, the game will offer a unique card trading system that lets nearby players trade cards via Wi-Fi, which kind of reminds me of the old-school Game Boy Pokemon battles in a sense. Either way, you can sign up for the closed beta, which starts tomorrow, March 24th, and ends on April 1st. Otherwise, the game is set to launch free-to-play in May. Next up, KOG Games launched last week the Time Tracer, the latest job path for AD in Elsword. According to the official news post, as a psychotic tale of time travel technology and turmoil, this class update opens the third and final chapter in the Elsword Darkness is Coming series. Now, one huge advantage AD has over every other character in Elsword is that he basically has 2 MP bars, and with the Time Tracer, that's taken to a whole new level. The Time Tracer's job passive skill, Nazad Armor Mode Overlimit, allows AD to toggle between 2 combat modes, Configuration Mode and Dissolution Mode. Config Mode allows him to use DP instead of MP when using skills. Dissolution Mode switches that the other way around, so these 2 modes work together really well. They refund back DP and MP depending on the mode, and if this is managed correctly, the Time Tracer can cast way more skills than any other class in Elsword. Plus, you've got to admit, he does look like a badass. Also last week, it looks like Cabal 2 came out of the shadows once again with some news and a new feature spotlight video covering the combat features in the game. This new video you see playing here is the first in a 4-part feature spotlight series focusing just on the combat and adventure in Cabal 2, and the first video here is nearly 13 minutes long, so there's definitely a lot to talk about. In this video, GM Icy gives players an introduction to each battle element and how to use them to achieve maximum potential. She discusses features from the consecutive skills, which are the abilities that can be chained together to create huge amounts of damage, to the insanely powerful battle mode, which temporarily turns your character into a Super Saiyan, pretty much. Without the crazy visuals, of course. There's a lot of combos to link together in this game that makes the combat in the game more complex, but at the same time makes your character more powerful. So if you want to know more, check out the entire feature spotlight on combat at the news post at MMOHuts.com. Also out of the shadows, World of Speed showed up in the news this past week, showing off the legendary drifter, the Toyota Corolla GT-S, also known as the AE86 or the Sprinter, reaching a top speed of 206 km per hour, 112 horsepower, and 4 cylinders of death. I personally always thought these cars looked super generic, but there's no doubt that they're popular, despite that. And that's probably why they deserve a spot in World of Speed. Unfortunately, we still have no dates for Alpha. Also in My.com news, Closed Beta 1 for Skyforge has come and gone, but Closed Beta 2 has already been announced, and this time, instead of just 1 week, it'll be stretched to 2 weeks and feature quite a bit more content for testers to explore. And the cool news on top of that is that there wasn't an account wipe from the first to second closed beta. So when the second closed beta starts up on March 25th, those of you, me included, who didn't quite get as far along as you might have wanted to, can pick it back up right where you left off, and this time with even more content to explore. The second closed beta is going to grant players access to the Archer, Necromancer, Slayer, and Kinetic classes, introduce a new open world zone, an 8v8 PvP mode, new 5-man dungeon, 2 new squad missions, and even more. This one is also supposed to focus more on the PvP aspects in the game. But like I said before, it's not too late to sign up or pick up a Founders Pack. The second closed beta starts on the 25th and runs through April 8th. Next up, Echo of Soul returns to the news this past week with a new class overview on the Archer, the mysterious songbird with razor-sharp arrows. Just like we saw with the Rogue and likewise with all the other classes in Echo of Soul, the Archer comes in two different specializations, the Huntress and the Bard. The Huntress is, of course, all about the damage, fast attacks, and long-range arrows. The Bard, on the other hand, plays her tunes as a support for her allies, buffing them and in turn nerfing enemies. Along with this new trailer, we see new additions to the Echo of Soul website, one of which suggests that the beta, which we thought was happening around this time frame, has been pushed back until May due to unknown reasons. Also last week, a teaser trailer popped up for Combat Arms Line of Sight, an entirely new title that incorporates the fast-paced play and features of Combat Arms with sharper visuals and a crap ton of visual weapon customization built on the Unreal Engine 3. Oh yeah, and crazy superhuman powers. Can't forget about those. The game is headed into closed beta on March 31st, but for now, only in Europe. Players can start signing up already for closed beta access in Europe, which will run for 48 hours only, but they're more than likely going to have several follow-up betas after that. No announcements yet for a Western version, but seeing that it is Nexon, it's probably going to happen sooner or later. Interesting news came in from Bethesda and ZeniMax last week with a new trailer for the Elder Scrolls Online titled This is Tamriel Unlimited, indicating that the game is now available without a subscription, on top of new content and improvements to go along with it. So much new content is being added that I have no idea where to start, but you can pick up on all that information by checking out this trailer or heading over to the ElderScrollsOnline.com, where it too states no game subscription required and lets you pre-order the game on the consoles for their launch in June. I'm really glad that they dropped a sub-model on this game, but at the same time really worked to truly make it a more complete game. They were struggling with that for a little while. So now the game is set up similar to Guild Wars 2. It's a one-time buy-to-play game that still has microtransactions, of course, but I'm a little surprised that they didn't put the game on sale for their sub-free relaunch. Probably would have landed them more players that way. Oh well, it's a step in the right direction. Speaking of Guild Wars 2, ArenaNet revealed new details about the Desert Borderlands map in store for the World vs. World PvP at the launch of Heart of Thorns. This new map, according to the game developers, brings the same number of objectives as before, 3 keeps and 4 towers. The key difference is that the objectives and the terrain are more strategically important here. For example, the towers now block off areas and expand past the towers, making it close to impossible for players to walk around enemy towers, and they have to figure out new ways of approaching this. This helps with other features that are being introduced, like unlocking new tactical abilities that are gained through shrines, granting teams temporary perks such as no fall damage, insta-stealth, dinosaurs, player-controlled catapults, and all kinds of interesting new elements. Check out the latest trailer here and head over to the MMOHuts site post for all the details. Next up, Digital Extremes dropped another highly anticipated update for Warframe this past Friday. This fairly large new update called Sanctuary brings plenty of new gameplay, new weapons, the interesting dragon-themed Warframe Chroma, a new game mode, and PvP 2.0. This update radically changes the way PvP is approached, introducing new mechanics and maps to help balance the playing field for all Tenno. PvP 2.0 takes place in a game of Cephalon Capture, a capture-the-flag type game mode that comes with 3 new maps. In this update, there's a new game mode that lets you create a squad of 8 Tenno to get through really tough mission challenges. And one way to unlock the new dragon-themed Warframe, Chroma, is through a brand new quest. Lots of cool new features and add-ons in this update, and we've got all the details at MMOHuts.com. But speaking of which, MMOHuts is getting a redesign, launching this week, probably Wednesday or Thursday. We've actually been working on this for a little over 6 months now, getting set up on faster servers that can handle more users and information. We're currently in the final process of transferring and, more importantly, updating our game profile information, so when we do launch, keep in mind it's still under construction, so there will be some stuff missing, so consider it, open beta. But with that said, the new site not only looks and feels better on the eyeballs, it actually works so much better. It's better organized, the search feature works great, cleaner looking profiles are there, higher resolution images, and full screen screenshot galleries. We're able to do larger embedded videos, it's so much easier to navigate and read articles, and finally you can see new releases and upcoming games in their own section. We've been really excited to show you guys, so when it launches this coming week, check it out and let us know how you like it. Anyway guys, that's about it for all the major MMO news and announcements for this week. If you're looking for more information about the news features and the recap, check the links in the description below. Otherwise, head over to MMOHuts.com/news for even more MMO news. Feel free to discuss the news in the comments below or head over to MMOHuts.com/forums. Until next time, guys, that's going to be it for me. I'm James Blonde. See you out there, gamers.